In the shadowed realm of Icewind Dale, under the oppressive watch of the Frost Maiden's rime, the day's light was as distant as hope. The town of Bryn Shander, its walls standing defiant against the encroaching ice, harboured within it souls as hard as the frozen land they called home. It was here, amidst the ceaseless struggle against the cold, that Bumblefoot and Balcortu found themselves drawn into the web of Dazan's intrigue. The wizard, draped in the mystery as thick as a winter's fog, spoke of a mission that danced on the edge of danger, a lure for those with courage enough to chase it. Elsewhere, the warmth of the Northlook Inn offered a meagre respite as the rest of the group gathered. The ale flowed like liquid gold, a temporary balm against the persistent chill. Griffin, with the soul of a bard and the heart of a dwarf, was content with his drink, though his bagpipes lay silent beside him. Finn, touched by the wild magics of the druidic ways, surprised the patrons with a tune, a song of the natural world that knew no ends to its depths. In the corner, the flickering firelight played upon the rugged features of Hillen Trollbane. A tale of Sefek Caltro, a man untouched by cold and marked by suspicion, wove through the group like a chilling breeze. The murders laid at his feet were a macabre puzzle that beckoned the brave to solve. As the evening waned, 3 dwarves, haggard from their brush with death, beseeched the group for aid. Their sled, laden with iron ingots, was lost to the Yeti's fury. Their plea was simple: return their cargo and earn the glittering promise of gemstones and the sturdy bond of the dwarves of Icewind Dale. In a land where trust was as scarce as the dawn, such alliances were not easily dismissed. And so, as the night drew its cloak tighter around the town, the group weighed the whispers of opportunity against the howling warnings of the tundra. In Icewind Dale, every choice was a gamble against the frost's embrace. With the dawn's light choked by the relentless rime, the fellowship set forth from Bryn Shander, their breaths hanging like spectres in the frigid air. The wares from black iron blades, a bounty of steel and leather, promised a semblance of protection against the capricious wrath of Icewind Dale. The path led them to Targos, where the weary bones of fishermen bore the weight of an uncertain future. Town's tavern, a haven against the cold, was steeped in the weariness of its patrons. There, Mar Yarbrul, the matron of the establishment, tended to her brood with a grace born of years of care and loss. The fishers, drawn to her warmth like moths to a flame, found solace in her presence. It was here that the haunting timbre of Griffin's bagpipes finally rose, weaving a tale of distant lands in mournful notes that transcended the icy barriers between hearts. The song, The Lord of the Rings, was a poignant reflection of journeys fraught with peril and triumph, a ballad that brought a tear to even Mar's steeled resolve as she remembered her beloved, claimed by the treacherous waters. Amidst the sorrowful melody, the group learned of the troubles plaguing Bremen. Tales of a monster that haunted the icy depths of Mer Dualden, a terror unshared by neighbouring towns. It was a curious thread in the tapestry of fears that cloaked the 10 towns of Icewind Dale. As they contemplated this new mystery, a bark cleaved the air, slicing through the melancholy with the urgency of the living. Boy, the sled dog, with fur like the grey of pre-dawn, burst forth from the white shroud, his harness torn in a plea for aid. Finn, with the druid's gift, conversed with the beast, and through his words, the group met Keegan, a man haunted by the absence of his love, Garrett, lost to the mountain's call. In the chill of the wind that bore Boy's lament, the group felt the weight of Keegan's worry. It was a call to action that could not be ignored. A beacon in the dark of Icewind Dale that guided them towards a man's last known journey, a path that would lead them to the slope of Kelvin's cairn and into the heart of the frostbitten wilderness. With Boy now leading, the group braved the treacherous trails carved by the iron sled, their course set against the backdrop of the imposing Kelvin's cairn. The biting winds of Icewind Dale tugged at their cloaks like malevolent spirits, each gust a reminder of the land's indifference to their quest. The tundra opened before them, a desolate expanse where the horizon blurred with the sky, and even time seemed to surrender to the frost. It was in this vastness that a blizzard descended upon them, a white beast that roared from the heavens, its breath a gale that turned day to night. Finn, with the wild's intuition, led them until the cairn was but a memory in the storm's wrath. Disoriented, group huddled close, their eyes searching for a sign, any sign, that could pierce the relentless onslaught of snow and wind. It was Boy's keen sense, unhindered by the tempest's fury, that found the scent of blood, a metallic whisper on the wind. With trust placed in their four-legged guide, the group stumbled upon a harrowing scene. The remains of a dwarf, a silent testament to the Yeti's savagery, his life's blood a stark crimson against the white canvas. Around this macabre marker, the snow told a tale of a struggle, of sled tracks and the frenzied dance of small footprints. The goblin's presence was an omen as clear as the stars above the rime. Where there was death, there was danger, and where there was danger, there was the Yeti. With steel in their hands and resolve in their hearts, the Fellowship prepared to follow the goblin's trail, their path now a hunt that led even deeper into the heart of Dale's frozen abyss. The goblins, unaware of the silent shadows drawing near, grumbled under the weight of their plunder. With a sudden cacophony from Griffin's bagpipes, magic wove through the frigid air, sending 4 of the creatures into a slumber from which they would never awaken. The remaining 2 cursed their fallen kin, oblivious to the true threat. Finn's form became a blur of motion as he clashed with the goblins. But the icy ground betrayed him, and his scimitar's cruel kiss sent him reeling. From the brink of darkness, Zenthor's touch, imbued with the divine grace of a paladin, pulled him back into the fray, his wounds sealed by a light that defied the rime. The battle's fury was punctuated by the twang of hidden bows. Goblins, unseen, launched their ambush from the wagon's height. One fled to summon their captain, a cry for aid that would herald only doom. Amidst the tumult, Griffin, Boy, and Matthias dispatched the goblins with swift, deadly precision, while Zenthor's pursuit of the fleeing wretch was relentless. Finn, finding his footing upon a rocky outcrop, called to the captive polar bears in their own tongue, promising freedom for their ferocity. A conjured bonfire beneath the harnesses lit the night, the flames a beacon of hope and destruction. The polar bears, their bonds burnt away, exacted a savage retribution upon their captors. The goblin captain emerged, her orders drowned by the bears' roars and the crackle of fire. Her last moments were a dance of teeth and claws, until Griffin's words, sharp as daggers, cut the final thread of her life. Her fall was not of body, but of mind, slayed by the psychic sting of a bard's insult. As the echoes of battle faded into the blizzard's howl, the group stood victorious, their resolve steeled by the conflict endured. Boy's gaze turned northward, his plea for Garrett's rescue a silent vow hanging in the air. Yet, duty bound to the iron ingots they had recovered, and the need for rest pulled at their weary limbs. Under the cold scrutiny of the Frost Maiden's rhyme, they would find shelter in the tundra's embrace, their next steps shrouded in uncertainty of dawn's dim light. For now, they would rest. The silence of Icewind Dale, a blanket that covers friend and foe alike.